Hi everyone, good morning. Good morning everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Please let me know in the comment section. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Please let me know. So let's see who all are there in the today in the YouTube comments. So yep, Kuber is there. Hi Kuber. Hi Rohit. Hi Saurabh. Hi Ajit. Hi Priyanshu. Hi Abhishek, Meghna, Srinivasa. Good morning everyone, and wish you all a very happy Independence Day. Um, So yeah, so this is like day three of the Java programming class, which we had done. Like we had done only 2 days, and one more day was left out. And this is the day where like we'll be covering that up. Okay. So yeah, Srinivas, yes, happy Independence Day, everyone. Yep. So okay. So I think some more people would join in. Meanwhile, we can just like have a quick look back of the topics whatever we have discussed already. Okay. So what we had discussed already, we had seen how to write a program in Java, basic program in Java. We discussed about class and object in Java. Okay. We discussed the variables. We discussed about the static variables, non-static variables. We also have discussed about static methods and non-static methods, right? Okay. And we have discussed this why main function is public, static, and void. We have discussed this access modifiers. We have discussed packages. Okay, right? We have learned how to take input and all those stuff. So today in this session, what we are going to do is, Yash, yeah, I can say this would be the last day for Java discussion, but you have one more day, that would be on Tuesday. That is your career and placement guidance session, which is a part of this batch. So you also attend that. Okay, if you are if you're asking about only Java, then yes, this would be the last day for Java. Now the one more day we have, that is for career and placement session actually. Okay, so okay, yeah. So I've seen I'm seeing new people are joining in. Good morning everyone, and yes, happy Independence Day to you. Okay, so let's start. Actually, let's start today's session. So this is we will be doing this constructor, guys, today. Let's understand this constructor in detail, and with that, I'll also talk about other stuffs, like why we are writing this. You might have seen when we create scanner class object, we write scanner sc new scanner, and we pass this system.in there. Okay, we write there. So why is that so? Okay, let's understand that. Also, let's understand why do we write system.out.print or println. Okay, right? So let's understand all those stuff. Yes, Shreyas, that would be done, of course. Okay, Divya, there would be someone else who would be giving you career guidance and all, not me. Okay, I might be there, I might join there. I'm not sure, but yep, majorly there is we have one person, like you might have seen. So Sneha ma'am, so she is actually proficient on that field, so she would be dealing with that and will be guiding you all. Okay, right? Certification. So Rajkumar, once the eligibility list is out, once we are done with the virtual convocation and all, then you will be receiving a form, and like by if you get the eligibility mail, then you will be getting a form which you have to fill up, and then it would be sent. The certification would be sent. Okay, right? So yeah, let's start our session with constructor, guys. So I'll quickly share a screen with you all. We'll go back to this VS Code which we were discussing. Okay, so I hope this is visible to you all. Is this visible to you all? Attendance form, you can find that in the description, or just give me one moment. Let me also put in the chat. Let me pin it so that you can fill up your attendance. Just give me a moment. The rest, all the link you can find from the description, guys. assignment submission form and all everything you can find there. I'm just putting in the chat the attendance form link. I'm also pinning it. Okay, yeah. So I have pinned it already. You can find it then from the pinned message in the YouTube comment here. So right now we will discuss about the constructor. Yeah, this we have already done. So I'll create one more file, that is day3.java. I'll say. Okay, fine. So what we are going to discuss today, we would discuss why do we write system.out.print, okay, or println, why this, okay. Then we will also learn constructor, okay. We'll also learn why it is scanner sc equal to new scanner system.in. Okay, we know like why to create this. We need to create scanner class object because we need to access the next int or the input methods present in this scanner class. That is how we create object. But why we are writing this system.in, that we will understand. Okay, and then we'll also talk about constructor. We'll also talk about the system.out.print, why actually we write system.out.print. Okay, so see here guys, there is something I'm not very sure whether this will work on VS Code or not. There is something called Java P. Okay, Java P. So if I go for Java dot io print thing, I hope it works here. It works in the command prompt. This is kind of a command prompt only, terminal. So I hope this also would work here. So Java P java.io.printstream. Yes. So there is a class named as printstream present in IO package, java.io package. Okay. There is a class named as printstream. See, print stream. Okay. P capital, S capital. That is how Java convention works. So if you have two words, then first letter of each word should be capital. So, and this printstream class is a predefined class present in IO package. Okay, java.io.package. What is a Java P? Basically, Java P will list down all the members, okay, of printstream. What all are present there in printstream class? All the details that would be listed out here, guys. Okay, that's what this Java P does. Tuesday, Abhishek, Tuesday it would happen. Okay, so Java, this print stream classes, work it out. What are the members actually? If I scroll down, these are the constructors. Okay, these are all constructors, guys. Okay, because constructor, I think you might know at least somewhat. Anyway, we'll be discussing it. Okay, leave it for the time. We'll discuss what constructor is and all. Let's understand. Let's see this one. See this? We have this print functions. So many print functions. Okay, then we have println functions also, right? Okay, I hope you can see this all. Println, all this println, and also print functions. So we have all this thing here. Okay, so print stream class actually has this methods print and println with it, and we are trying to access this print method of print stream class. I hope I'm making sense to everyone. Are you understanding, guys, what I'm saying here? Okay, so print stream is a class which is present in IO java.io package, and this print and println methods are actually members of this what is that? Are members of uh, this print stream class. Okay, print and println. Just give me a moment, guys. Okay, fine, no issue. We'll continue. There was some issue here. Yeah, so print stream class is a predefined class which is there present in java.io package, and print and println methods which we are using to print something that are actually a member of this print stream class. So we are trying to call this print or println method which is member of println. So for that we know this, guys, and if you see here, if you check out, just give me a moment, guys. Again, I think there is an issue. Yeah, sorry for that, guys. Sorry for the break. Actually, there was some. Yeah, okay. I hope now it is audible to you all. There was some. Okay, so am I audible now? Am I audible now? Am I audible? Hello, am I audible, guys, or not? Let me know. Yes. Hello. Okay, so we are discussing here the print. Okay, so guys, the problem is sorted right now, like everything. I hope now I'm audible and visible properly. There was some glitch actually I was facing, so I was just fixing that. I hope now everything is fine. Okay, now am I audible right now? Am I visible properly? There was some issue, guys, I was facing, and I have sorted it as far as like as per me. But just please confirm if at all like is there any problem anymore. Audible, right, Varsha? Okay, thanks. Thanks for the confirmation. Yes. Okay, great. So yeah, so let's focus here, guys. Let's focus here that we are talking about this print and println method, which we use for printing something in Java. But this print and println methods are members of print stream class. So we cannot just call print and println directly. This we know already. Okay. Also, if you see here, these are non-static method, guys. See, there is no static keyword used. Public void print, public void println. Okay, right? There is no static keyword present. So these are non-static methods, and we already have discussed. If you want to access non-static methods of a class, then object is required. You can only access through object. You can access non-static methods or non-static members only through objects. Okay, that we know. So we need object of this print stream class. Okay, so now see this. So one thing is very clear. We are like accessing print and println methods of print stream class, which are actually non-static methods of print stream class. So for that, we need object of print stream class in order to access them. Okay, right? Then I'm showing you one more thing. Just see here. Now I'm writing Java P Java dot lang dot system. Okay, system is a class which is present in lang package, and we know already lang is a default package. Okay, just scroll here. I would show you something here. See this, guys? Yeah, mark here this line. What is this? We have basically object of this print stream class. Okay, we have object of print stream class here, this one. Okay, we have object of print stream class. I'm sure like you can, I hope you are able to see this. Public static final java.io.print stream out. So this is object of print stream class, and name of the object is out. Okay, right? So name of this object of print stream class is out. So through this out, I can access the non-static method print and println. So I can write out.print, out.println. Okay, am I clear up to this, guys? Please let me know. Please let me know. Am I clear up to this? Yeah, so people have already confirmed like I'm audible and it's proper now. Am I clear up to this point, guys? So print and println methods are non-static method of print stream class. Okay, right? So we need object of print stream class to access print and println. And when we see in when we check the system class, in system class, inside system class, there is an object of print stream class named as out present. So by using this out, I can call print and println like out.print or out.println. Also, second point, I hope up to this everyone is clear. Also, you see this out is a static member of system class. Okay, so this out, which is an object of Princeton class, is present as a static member of system class. So I can access this out. I don't like I can access this out through class name system. That is why we write system.out. In order to use out, you have to write system.out, class name.out, because out is static member of system class. I can access it through class name system.out. Then in order to call print or println, I just write dot println or dot print. That's it. That is why we write system.out.print or system.out.println. Okay, I hope everyone is clear with this. Can you please confirm, guys, in the comments? Okay, so what we discussed here up to this point is there is a print stream class. Okay, there is a print stream class. Okay, that is present in java.io package. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. No issue. And then we have, and this print and println methods are non-static members of print stream class. Right. Okay. So to access, that means we need object of print stream class to access print and println. Okay, right? To access print and println, we need object of print stream class, because print and println are non-static methods of print stream class, right? When we check system class, there we found that out there is a member in system class is the object is an object of print stream class. Okay, which is present in system class. Okay, java dot lang dot system. Okay, right? Understood, guys, up to this? Out is an object of print stream which is present in Java lang dot system class, which is present in Java dot lang package. Okay, and also out is a static member of system class. So we can access out by system.out because it is a static member, class name dot member name, and we can access print by using the object, by using object that is system dot out dot print or println. This is the whole explanation, guys. Okay, so I hope I'm clear to everyone, Vishwajit and others who were confused with this. This is the whole explanation behind why do we write system dot out dot print. Okay, I hope I'm clear to everyone. Please confirm the same, guys. I move on to the next part, that is constructor, which is very important for us. So just confirm me. Is it clear how we, like, why we write system.out.print, or why do we write system.out.println? Okay, it's very simple, guys. Print and println, these methods are non-static member of print stream class. Okay, and print stream class present in java.io package. You can ignore that part. And when we check system class, you see out is an object of print stream class present in system class, and that too as static member. And we need this out in order to access print and println. Also, I cannot just call directly out because it is a member of this system class now, and it is static member. So through class name I can access out, and through out I can access print and println. So I'll in order to access out, I'll write system.out, and then to access print and println, I'll just write system.out.print or system.out.println. That's it. Okay, that simple is it. It is. Okay, fine. So the next thing, and the next most important thing which we would be discussing here is also one takeaway from here, guys. Java P command will give you details of any class. Okay, you should know this. Java P would give you details of any class. Okay, you should know that. Fine. Where we are? So we are here. So, and I'll just put it below. Yeah, let's now talk about constructors. So just tell me, guys, when we write any, take any class, then let's say we have a class test. Okay, let's say we have a class test. I should have written this inside this comment. I don't want to write here. So whenever I have a class test, for example, when we try to create object of this class test, what we write test, maybe ob equal to new test. Okay, this is what we write. This is what we already have discussed. This is how we create object of a class name, object name equal to new class name, right? This statement actually creates object, we say. This statement creates object, we say. My question to you is whether this statement itself is capable of creating object, or it takes help of someone else. Okay, Tell me, guys, whether this statement by itself is capable of creating object or it takes help of someone else behind the scene. Let me know in the comments. Answer the question, right? My question is simple. We say that this statement creates object, this statement of this test class. So question is whether this statement by itself create object directly as soon as this statement is executed or it takes help of someone else. What do you say on it? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments, guys. Capable. Peace Society says no, it is not able to create object by itself. Okay, WhatsApp says it is capable to create object by itself. What about others? I see a lot of people are there. You can contribute here, guys. You can participate in a healthy discussion which we are doing here. Whether this statement by itself is capable to create object. Vishnu says create object directly. Okay. Rajkumar says it's capable. Saikran Reddy says no, it's not capable. Uh, Not capable. It takes help. Sarvanan says okay. P Society has said without constructor no. Yes, exactly. Actually, P Society has given the answer here. Yes. So this statement by itself doesn't create actually create object, guys. Actually, what happens behind the scene in the background, this statement actually invokes implicitly or automatically the constructor. Okay, and constructor is the one who creates object. Understood? So this statement by itself does not create object. Actually, behind the scene or in the background, implicitly or automatically, it invokes constructor, and constructor creates object for you. Okay. So constructor is responsible for creating object, guys. So what is constructor here? Constructor. What is constructor? It actually is a method. When I say method, basically function within a class. So it is also a function, guys. It is a method. Okay. So I think someone had already mentioned this thing, but I'll just repeat it. It is a method whose name is same as class name and has no return type, not even void. Okay. No return type, guys. No return type, not even void. This is what is known as constructor. So what is the task of constructor? We just have discussed what are the tasks of constructor. Task of constructor. First, you can say creates object. Okay, because constructor is the one who is responsible to create object of a class. Then second, it initializes the objects or the data of a class. Okay, these two are the primary tasks, or primarily constructor has these two tasks. What it does, it creates object and then it initializes the object. Okay, we'll talk about that, but for the time being, just know that, guys, this statement by itself does not create object. It actually invokes constructor implicitly, and that creates object for you. So constructor is responsible for creating object. Without constructor, object is not created. Then you would say that how can you say that without constructor we cannot create object? We have written so many of programs till this point. Maybe one example is this. Okay. Okay, I think I can code it out. That would be better. And directly I can show you an example of constructor. Right. Let's test. I think I should take some other name. Maybe um, fine. I'll just use test 3. Or Yeah, test 3 maybe. And then I have this main function. Okay, right. So here we have already said that if I have a data member, let's say X, okay, right. So I can create here object, or maybe if you don't want this way, like we had already discussed that we can actually create two classes. One class will contain data, and the second class would be the driver class, right? So this you can name this as driver class, okay, and original class you can have the class which will have the data. You can go with this. You can remove this and just have it here int x, okay, and then we'll be creating object for the test2 class here. So test2 will be equal to new test2, right? Okay, this is what we are doing here. So we have a class test2 which has a member x, and we have this test3. You can say this is actually a driver class, drive test2, that would be better. Okay, so here in this drive test2 class, we are creating object of test2 class. But you will say that wait a second, you just said us that we cannot like we cannot create object without constructor. That is what we have been doing, like that is what we have been discussing in this session right now. Constructor task is to create object. Without a constructor, object cannot be created. But here I don't see any constructor of test2 class. Then how can we actually create object here? How it would invoke constructor? We haven't defined any constructor here. So the reason behind this is, guys, your Java compiler or your JVM, you would say, not Java compiler, your JVM would place a default constructor even if you don't mention any constructor. Okay, so a default constructor is placed automatically in your class even if you don't mention anything, guys. Okay, a default constructor is placed automatically. So here, even if you don't see, there is something called this, okay, hidden. Obviously, let me just comment it out. So this would be placed in your program automatically by your compiler. Empty constructor, okay. I think I missed out something. Yeah, this because this is a method, so this parenthesis should be there. Name should be same with the class name. It should not have any return type, nothing, okay. So and it should not take any argument, guys. When it doesn't take any argument, it is called as default constructor. So your JVM places a default constructor automatically, even if you have not placed any constructor. Okay, and when you write the statement, this would actually call the automatically placed constructor behind the scene. Anyway, guys, constructor is responsible and constructor is required for creating object. That is what we need to keep in our mind. Okay, understood this, everyone? Understood, everyone? What happens here, like how this is able to, like we discussed that without constructor object is not created, but even if we don't mention any constructor, we have not yet mentioned constructor in any of our program, still then we were able to create object and access the members. Okay, right. So how it was possible? The reason behind this is JVM was able to create the constructor. JVM places automatically a default constructor in your class, which is used actually behind the scene. Okay, that's the reason that we, even if we don't place, how the object is able to be created. Okay, this is the whole reason behind the scene, reason behind the whole scene, guys. Okay, how instead of, like, even if you are not mentioned constructor, how object is created. I hope everyone understood this point. But just make sure this thing is, if you place any constructor, okay, if you define a constructor by your own, then JVM will not place any constructor. Okay, it would only place a constructor if you have not mentioned any kind of constructor in the class. If you have mentioned a constructor there, then obviously JVM won't place any default constructor for you, right? Okay, please keep this in mind. Now let's try to understand. Let's try to. I think I should write here something. Maybe what I'll do is I'll also comment this out. Okay. And let me just write it something here. So JVM automatically places a default constructor in your class when you have not class when you have not mentioned any. Okay, right? Let's now talk about the different types of constructor here. We now understood the task of constructor and how JVM places automatically, like how objects are actually created when we have not mentioned any constructor. Okay, right? Let's now understand. Let's now discuss about the different types of constructor, guys. Okay, fine. So types of constructor. Types of constructor. So we have default constructor. Okay, we have parameterized constructors. Parameter. I hope I'm writing the spellings correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You can also do it by your own. Okay. Yeah. So types of constructor, default and parameterized constructor is what we have. Two types of constructor. So what is default constructor? A constructor which does not take any argument. That is default constructor. What is parameterized constructor? Parameterized constructor which takes some argument. That is parameterized constructor. That's it. Okay, very simple. So let's talk about both these types of constructor. Okay, with this, I'll also give you like some examples and some real life scenario where this constructor are useful actually. Okay, and what is the task of default, what is the task of parameters, we'll understand by that examples. Okay, so just see this example, guys. We let's say we are talking about some uh, cab example, maybe Uber, maybe Ola. Okay, I'll not write here Uber or Ola because that might just see I'm just advertising Ola or Uber. I'll just say class cab. Okay, class cab. So this class cab might have this fare as a data member. Fare. Okay, fare. The charge or the amount that the cab company would charge from you to book a ride. Copy constructor again, Anindita, I would just keep it as a part of parameters constructor because copy constructor is nothing but a constructor which takes an argument. Just that argument type is different. That's it. Okay, we'll keep that in parameters constructor category. So this is a cab class. We have this fare. Okay, see this, and then we have another class ride cab or drive cab, maybe ride cab. Okay, so main function. So here we'll create object of the cab. Object is created and all. Object is created, guys, and you'll say, okay, I can maybe I will ride. The person has ride for some 10 kilometer, and the fare value has become some for some kilometer. It would be like checked. Okay, maybe you can say here the distance traveled for D. You can take here. Okay, and for each kilometer, let's say it is 6 rupees. So first of all, I can ask for input to this distance actually. In real life scenario, that would be automatically calculated because distance is covered by cab, so that would automatically be calculated. But right now here, I don't want to make it very complex. Just let's take input for the distance. What is the distance traveled by the user? So okay, system dot out dot print Okay, you can say this is a small mini project, guys, which we are doing. Taking the cab example, cab booking example. So enter, and you need to submit this project by coding. Okay, so enter the, what is this, distance traveled. Now we need to take input. That means d equal to, so we need scanner, not scanner, we need this next int. Okay, right? But we sc, what is this? Next int is member of scanner class, right? And by writing sc.nextInt, we intend that sc is object of scanner class. So let's also create object of scanner class. Scanner sc equal to new scanner and system.in. Okay, I'll come to this part, guys, why we are writing system.in. Again, now one more thing is scanner is not present in LAN, so we cannot directly just access it. So we need to import this scanner. Just write import. We already have discussed, so I'm not getting into this again. Java dot util dot scanner. Okay, so we need to import this scanner class so that I can use this scanner class here. Okay, scanner.sc. Yeah, and then I'm just taking input for this d. So yeah, op.d equal to sc dot next int. I'm taking input for the distance. So depending on the distance, the fare will be calculated. For example, let's say for each kilometer it takes 10 rupees. So 10 into the distance traveled. This is how the fare would be calculated. Fare is calculated, and finally it would just print system.out dot print println whatever you want to write. We'll just say total fare is ob dot fare. Okay, this is what we are trying to do here. I hope everyone understood what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I just have taken an object of cab class. Okay, scanner, we need input, that's why we created object of scanner class. Right, then we have taken input of distance. In real life scenario, they should be automatically calculated, the distance traveled. And let's say 10 rupee per kilometer is being charged, so that would be the total fare. And we'll get this total fare as the whatever fare is calculated, is it would be printed. Let's actually execute this code. So Java C, day 3. Why I'm not getting this? I think there is some error or something. Is it not saved? Okay. Oh, my bad. It is actually present inside the hero. That is why the present problem. Yeah. Now it would be fine, guys. Now it would be fine. Okay, my bad. I think now it's sorted. Let me go Java C day day 3 dot Java. Compile it. I hope there is no error. Just let's see it. Yeah, that's no error. Great. Then Java, let's run ride cab. Right, ride cab will execute. It will ask me to take input for the distance first of all. Let's wait. Yeah, enter the distance traveled. Let's say I have traveled 6 kilometers. So 6 into 10, the fare should be 60 rupees. Yeah, total fare is 60. It is what mentioning. So I think we can also take the RS, for example. Okay. So yeah, fine. I'll just make sure everything works fine. I'll just recompile it and I will just execute it once again, guys. Okay, right? Maybe this time I'll take 7, so I should get rupees 70. Yes, that's what I'm getting. So our code is working perfectly, and this is working. And we understood. Yes, this is a small mini project you can say which we have done, but yet we have not used the constructor usage. See here, now I'm trying to embed this concept of constructor here. I think you all know when you book a ride, okay, even if you travel for some distance, even if you travel for 1 kilometer, or even if you travel for 100 kilometer, doesn't matter. When you book it, there is something called the reservation charge, some fixed amount, initial amount, it is there, you have to pay anyway, right? Maybe that might be 25 rupees, that might be 40 rupees, that might be 50 rupees. That is the base amount, base fare, which you have to pay anyway. That is not dependent on the kilometer you're traveling. That is a base fare. When you're booking or reserving, that you can call it as a reservation charge or booking charge. Am I making sense here, guys? There is something, right? Okay. Amit, please check the day one video. I had said it like how you can install. Okay, just go to just Google search, download Java JDK. Okay, you'll get to the Oracle Java download page and you can install from there. So yeah, so we have something called base fare or the reservation charge or booking charge, guys. Okay, that is what we need to install. Sorry, that is what we need to pay anyway. Like even if you don't go any distance, or even if you cancel, if you might have seen, if even if you cancel, there is something, a minimum charge you are paying for it. That is a reservation charge or booking charge. So that is not something it's calculated. It is there already. So whenever you book a ride, your base fare amount should be that. Okay, am I clear to this? Whenever you are booking a ride, what happens when you book a ride? When you book a ride, actually an object is created against your id, guys. Okay, you have an user id. When you book a ride, an object is created against your id. So in that object, the amount of the value of fare should contain that base fare. Okay, that is where this constructor comes into picture. What is the task of constructor? Constructor creates object, and also it initializes the object, or it initializes the data members of the class. Okay, so if you want, in this scenario, when we need such thing, like when you book a ride, basically an object is created, and when the object is created at that particular moment of time, the fare value should contain the base charge or the base reservation charge. Okay, so that is what we will do here. That's where this constructor would help you out in this. So your constructor is nothing but you'll write cab. Okay, right? So this is a default constructor, guys. There is no parameter, no argument here. You can leave the constructor as it is this way also. Okay, no issue, no error. But if you are writing this, then no point of writing, actually no point of mentioning this constructor. Anyway, if you don't mention any constructor, your JVM would place this kind of constructor by default. Okay, right? But if you want to initialize something to the data members, that is where you would need this. You'll write your fare equal to, let's say the base charge is 50 rupees. So you'll say yes, 50 rupees is what, when the object would be created, or when you book a ride, automatically initially the fare value would be 50. After that, whatever distance you would cover, then the fare would be calculated and would be added to the total fare. Okay, right? That's what it would be done here. So it's basically plus equal to 10 into ob dot d. Okay, it's not like just calculate the distance into 10 and store in fare. No, whatever would be the value of fare initially, with that you need to add this distance fare. Some base charge would always be there, guys. Okay, with that you need to add this distance travel fare, and that would give you the total fare. Okay, now for the same amount, or the same kilometer 7, obviously it would give me a different value. It would give me now 120 rupees 70, and the base charge or the reservation charge is 50 rupees, so it will give me 120 rupees. See here, I'm getting here 120 rupees. Okay, I'm getting here 120 rupees. This is where your constructor comes into picture. This is where constructor helps you out, guys. If you want any initial value while creating object, if you want some initial value to be stored in the data members, then constructor comes into picture. Okay, right? Okay, BlueJ you don't need, Amit. You don't have to go for BlueJ. Just install Java JDK. Okay. Java 8 LTS is there. Then you have Java 16 also LTS, Java 11 also LTS. You have open source one you download, and that would work. Okay, right? So guys, one more very important thing I need to just say here. As we know here that constructor is like responsible for creating object. So you should actually keep this constructor public. Here it is default fine because we are not going out of the package. But the moment you go out of the package, then this would actually fail. So you should actually keep constructor public always. Don't make the constructor public if you are mentioning it. If you don't mention, by default it will be public. But if you are mentioning a constructor, then please make sure you are keeping it public. Otherwise creating object would be not possible. Okay, right? Understood, guys? So keep constructor as public, because if you don't keep public, you would not be able to access constructor, and that would not be able to create object of the class. That's what you need to take care of. And what is the use of constructor here? First is of course creation of object. Second is if you want some initial value to be stored in the data member, then you need cap. Then you need this constructor, default constructor we have used here. So we have taken a test case here of this cab booking cab system and have seen how this constructor is helpful or useful here. Is this clear, guys, to all of you? How this constructor helps us in this by this small mini project of cab? Okay. Here, everyone, please let me know in the comments, guys, how here we are making use of this default constructor to understand how this fare are calculated. Because when we book a ride, automatically, first of all, initial value of the fare would be assigned something. Okay, would be assigned with something, because there is something called booking charge or reservation charge. So that would be initially that doesn't depend on your distance or something. That is a fixed value. Okay, when you book a ride, then there would be some reservation charge. Now, when where we would need this parameters constructor, we understood the use case of default constructor, but where we would understand or where we would see the use case of the parameters constructor. See this scenario. Let's go with the same default, same cab fare calculation, guys. Just assume that your base fare or reservation charge depends on the from how far the cab is coming to pick up. Let's say you are in a place, and right now at that moment of time there is no cab nearby. Okay, within the radius of, let's say, 5 kilometers, there is no cab available to pick you up. Okay, and this cab company, this organization, they have the principle that, okay, anything whatever happens, they would give you service. Okay, yeah, but for that you might have to pay something extra. The point here I'm trying to say is, the policy is within the radius of 5 kilometers, if there are cabs available, then your base fare is constant, like it is 50 for everyone. But as soon as if no cab is present within the radius of 5 kilometers, if it goes beyond that, maybe from 10 kilometers a cab is coming. Okay, right? Maybe from a cab is coming from a distance of 7 kilometers to pick you up, maybe 10 kilometers, maybe 12 kilometers. So now your base charge would differ. This might not be the actual case, guys. I'm just assuming a scenario here just to make you understand where this parent test constructor would can be helpful. So now it is not fixed. The base fare is not fixed. Rather, it is actually dependent on the distance it is coming from. There is some condition, like up to 5 kilometers it would not come. Okay, like no extra charge. Base fare is constant. That is 50. But when it goes beyond that 5 kilometer range, for each kilometer, let's say there is some charge, okay, available. So I'm not writing this right now. Just try to understand this. Right now, the base fare, for that base fare, I'll say I'll take one more variable, guys, for example. So this is the distance traveled by the user D, and there is something else which I will say CD. What is CD? CD is the distance of cab distance actually from you. Okay, distance of cab from you. Cab distance from you. The what is the cab distance? That is in CD. So this again would be calculated automatically by the location, by the GPS and all. But right now, as we are not using those stuff, so we can take input for it. Okay, right. So same thing here. We can say obviously before booking ride, that distance will be shown to you when you open the app. Maybe Uber, maybe Ola. That would be show that that would show your app would show like how the cab is how far from you. That would be the first thing. So enter the distance of cab from you. Here we are actually just taking input in real life, in real time. That would be automatically calculated depending on the locations you and your cab is present would be present. Okay, right. So yeah, so we need to take here input. So I think we can create this scanner class object. Maybe also this beforehand. Let's create here. Now this is fine. Now, so ob dot cd equal to sc dot next end. Just to take input the distance of cab from the user. Okay, right? I'll say write this as user. Okay, fine. So we got the distance of the cab from user, and we are saying here if that cd, if this distance is greater than 5, okay, if this distance is greater than 5, till 5 no charge, okay, nothing. But when it like when it goes beyond this charge, then there would be there would be a problem. Okay, so what we can do here, guys, let's see. I would really like to modify something here. Don't get confused here. I would like to modify something here. That is, I would like to remove this CD actually, because this is not part of the ride detail. This is something which is calculated beforehand. Okay, the cab distance. So we don't need this class and all for that. So I would keep it actually beforehand here. Okay, distance of, so when you open the app, it would show you the distance of cab from you. And when object is created, when you book a ride. When you book a ride, then object is created. So right now, when it is showing distance of the cab from the user, there is no picture of no involvement of class or object here right now. So I'm taking a local variable here, cd, which would give me distance of the cab from the user. Okay. So I'll not write this thing here. Maybe I'll keep that to later. Okay, I'll keep that to later. Maybe yeah, I'll keep that to later. But yes, I need this scanner class because I need to take input. So I'm creating scanner class object here. Okay, now cd is a local variable, guys. So just write cd. Just write cd. So if cab distance is greater than 5, then we said that per distance we would additionally we would add some charge. Okay, right? So your new fare, new initial, new base fare should be 50 plus. Let's say the cab is 7 kilometers far away from you. So about how much extra kilometer it has to travel? 5 is the like admittable or acceptable distance. 5 up to 5 kilometers. 2 extra kilometer is traveling. So let's say for 2 extra kilometers, the charge is same thing, 10 rupees per kilometer. So 10 to 20 more rupees, 50 plus 20, 70 would be now the base charge for this one. So what we'll do, and this base fare, when we are saying base fare, guys, when base fare is calculated, when you book a ride, base fare is done. Okay, so when you book a ride, object would be created. While object creation, this basically this new fare 70 should be stored in the data member fare. Okay, so see this cab ob equal to new cab, and this is where you need to pass that argument for the value of fare. Okay, right, this is nothing but base fare, you know, that is 50 plus, we'll say 10 into the cd. Okay, right, this is what you would now send. So you are basically sending an argument here while creating object, guys. Okay, while creating object. Okay, so you are sending now argument to this. While creating object, you are sending argument, and we know that this statement actually implicitly invokes constructor. Is there any constructor here which can accept an argument? No, we have only a default constructor. So this obviously cannot handle that statement cab ob equal to new cab, that argument, because we are sending argument. That is where you need argument like parameterized constructor, and that looks like this. So you are sending basically an integer, so maybe you can just write fare, or maybe val. Okay, right, val value, or amount, you can say amount. What you will do here, it's very simple, you just write fare equal to amount, that's it. Okay, so what this parameter construct is helping out us, guys, here. Now base fare is not constant, not fixed. Base fare is not constant, not fixed. So what we are doing here, while creating object, we are passing the newly calculated fare value. That is actually stored in the fare as initial or base fare now. So when the cab would come from a 5 kilometer range, so there would be like 50 rupees would be the base fare, fine. Okay, 50 rupees would be the base fare. But when the distance of the cab would be more than 5, let's say it is coming from 7 kilometer, then 50 rupees is the base fare for 5 kilometer, fine. And for each extra, like for each extra kilometer, you would be paying 10 more rupees. That's what the calculation says. So it is not constant now. Okay, if the cab would be coming from, let's say, 9 kilometer, then you have to pay like 40 plus 50, 90 rupees. So it is variable. That is why you cannot just send a fixed amount here. Okay, you cannot just call the default constructor, because default constructor, what it does, guys, default constructor only stores the same value every time the object is created, 50. But this will not go hand in hand for this test case, for this use case. That is where we need cab, like that is where we need a parameters constructor which will accept the value you want to store in the data member, and that is what it will do while creating object. Okay, fine. So when this would be done, when the cab distance is more than 5, this part would be done. Okay, but let's say if the cab distance is not more than 5, then we would go with the default constructor one. Good default constructor, the base fare will be 50 if it is not greater than 5 kilometer. If it is less or equal to 5 kilometer. I hope I'm making sense, guys. Is it clear or not? Am I making clear? Like, am I clear to all of you? Am I clear? Yes, no? Just say me, guys, in the comment section. Please let me know. So this is a test case. This is a use case of parameters constructor, guys. Okay, when you want to assign a value to the fare which is not constant, it would be variable every time you create object. Then you go for this parameters constructor actually. So that's the point here is you can take input, okay, for the value you want to store in the data member while creating object. So constructor, to be very honest here, what we understood is constructor creates object and it stores and it initializes the data members of the class. Okay. So when we say initializes, that means while creating object, we would store the value in the data member. And if you have if you need to store always a constant value, if you need always a constant value to store in the data member, then you can go for default constructor. But if the value is variable, it is not constant, it will change every time, that you want to store in the data member, then you go for parameters constructor. And while creating object, you pass the value you want to store. Okay, whatever value you want to store, you pass that value. So this parameters constructor will accept this argument and it would store that value in the data member. That's what it is doing, guys. Okay, right. Next time, next what we'll do here is we will take the distance traveled. Okay, then the same thing, fare, this 10 into the distance would be calculated and would be added to the fare, and you will get the answer, the final answer, the total fare here. That's it. Okay, this is how it would work. Let's see if our program contains any error. I hope there's no error, but it might be the case. Some errors might be there. Yeah, there's some error. What is the error? OB cannot find symbol OP. So it is not able to find, it's not able to recognize OB. Okay, can I just write your CD next? Okay. Why it is not working? Cannot be resolved. Cannot be resolved. Okay. Let's see, guys, what is the problem here. Just scroll back. Okay, we have your cab D, fare and D we have. Fine. So we have created object here based on this condition. Okay, that's also fine. Then while we are using this ob.d, it says fine. Let's okay. So we can see this suggestion here. It says that okay, ob class. Let's see what is the problem here. We have created object here already, ob. It should technically work. Why it is not working? We need to figure out. Okay, right, cab fare D class cab. Okay, public. Yeah, we have public. Then here we created cab class object, and then we are trying to access that object, but it is not working. We need to think about it a bit. Why it is not working? Cannot be resolved. Maybe let's see the problem. OB cannot be resolved to a variable. But OB is not a variable here. OB here is a reference variable. Yeah, variable, but it is reference variable. It is referring to an object of cab class. Why it is not working? Can anyone also, like, can anyone else, someone of you can also figure out here? I think I'm missing out something which I'm overlooking here, and I'm not getting it the at this particular moment of time. Okay. Okay. Anyway, guys, what I'll do is, let's not waste our time here. Okay. What I'll do, I'll correct this. Like, might be something which I'm overlooking here. I'll correct that, and I will send it, any value uploading this material right in the community. So I'll check it out. Okay. Might be something, some small thing which I'm overlooking here. That might be the case. So I'll check it out. I'll correct that, and I'll upload the material. But I hope you at least understood this constructor working. Okay, how when we use constructor, parameter constructor, when we use this default constructor. I think this should be, if I keep it in both the if and else's, I think that would work. I'm not sure. I'm just trying out something. Okay, let's see if this is the issue, because we are using if and else. That might be the problem. Let's check whether this would solve our case. Okay. Yeah, this solves our problem, guys. This is now, it is not giving any error, and then I can just go for Java right cap. Enter the distance of cap from user. If I keep the distance of user as 4, it is within the range of 5 kilometer. So base charge will be 50 rupees. And if I travel 6 more kilometer, 60, 40, 100 rupees should be the charge. 60, 50, sorry, 60, 50, 110. 50 is the base charge, and for 6 kilometers, 60 rupees. Yes, I'm getting 110 rupees. Fine. Now let's again execute it. Now this time, distance of the cap from user, let's say 8 kilometer. When I say 8 kilometer, what would be the base charge, guys? Um, 50 plus 30, 80 rupees would be the base charge. And if I travel the same 6 kilometer, for 6 kilometer it is more 60 rupees. 60 plus 80, it should be 140. Oh, sorry, 60. Have I done some mistake here? 8 kilometer, right? So 50 plus 30. I think I have done some mistake in the code here. Yeah, it should not be 10 into CD. Actually, it should be 10 into CD minus 5, because 5 kilometer we need to exclude. Anyway, okay, whatever we have done here, I'm not changing it. You can change it and submit, guys. Okay, so for 8 kilometer, I have written there 50 plus 8 into 10, that is 80 plus 50, it becomes 130, and this plus 60, 190. So as per whatever we have written, it is like giving the correct answer. So our program is working fine. Only thing is the logic here is wrong. It should be actually CD minus 5. We can correct that. But for 5 kilometer, we have already put here 50 rupees. Only the extra thing we need to calculate, the extra kilometers. That's it. Okay. So I hope I'm clear to everyone. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yes, the object is limited to that if and else. So that's why, because I have created the object in the local scope actually. That becomes a local variable OB, because I have created the object OB in if block or else block. So I guess you all know what happens with the local variable. As soon as you come out of the scope of the block, local variables get deleted. The same was happening there, guys. Okay, the same was happening there. When you are coming out of if and else, that OB was deleted, because that is a local variable created in that scope of the block. So that's why you need to write all the statement while we're using OB in the if and else. Okay, fine. I hope you understood that. That the small thing, that the small silly thing which I was overlooking, that just the concept of local variable concept. When we create a local variable inside a block, when you come out of the block of the scope, or when you come out of the scope of the block, local variables are deleted automatically. That is what happening. Okay, that is what exactly what is happening there. So now it is corrected. Okay, fine. So I hope you understood this, guys, because I would move on to the next thing. So we are done with the constructor thing. Copy constructor, it is very similar. It is actually a type of a parameters constructor, guys. If you just want to copy one one data member, like data of one object, if you want to copy into another object, then you go for copy constructor. So here it doesn't make sense here in this example, but I don't want to write one more program just to explain you copy constructor. So I'm just using it here, right? Okay. So what you can write here is you just write fair equal to ob.fair. That's it. Okay. So what you can do if you want to copy one object to another, again I need to change this if and else. Okay, I'll just use one of these test cases here in the else part. If let's say it is within the range, so I would create one more object. Okay. I just want to copy the data of OB in OB1. So what I'll do, it's very simple. You just pass this OB as an argument. Okay, this OB would be passed on as argument to this parameters constructor, this one, and data member of that object OB would be stored in this pair. Whose pair, guys? Okay, whose pair? Pair of current object. Who is calling this constructor? Who is responsible for invocation of this constructor? Obviously OB1. So when you are writing here, okay, so you actually this constructor has been invoked due to this statement, cap ob1 equal to new cap ob. So while creating ob1, this constructor was invoked. So when you write fair, this fair is actually of ob1, and when you write ob.fair, this fair is of this object, whatever you have sent argument, this one. Got it, guys? Understood? So this is how you copy data of one object to another, and this is your copy constructor. But here it actually doesn't make sense in this test case, this use case, Uber app or something, because obviously in a cab booking, cab application or cab product, no two-person would have the same amount. Okay, they would just calculate again. They won't just copy. So this is copy constructor, and this is what copy constructor does. Okay, copy constructor copies data of one class, one object to another object. That's it. That's the task of, that's the whole usage of copy constructor. Okay, right? I hope I'm clear up to this. Like constructor, I hope everyone understood or not, guys. Default constructor, parameters constructor. In parameters constructor, we discussed about a constructor which is taking some normal integers value, and constructor with an argument which basically takes another object as argument. Okay, which accept another object of the same class as argument, so that it would copy the content of that object in the new object. So it will copy content or data of one object to another object. This is what this copy constructor does. Okay, fine. Just one more thing here in this constructor part, I just want to tell you. Let's see, guys, if at all at any point of time this argument name is also fair. Okay, if this argument name is also fair, same as a data member name, so you cannot just write here fair and fair equal to fair. Okay, you cannot write this. What would happen? Because when you write fair equal to fair, you mean that you just use the local variable fair and not the data member. Okay, when you write fair equal to fair, in both the case, this and this both would mean the local variable, this argument. So in order to differentiate between local variable and the data member, what you have to write is you have to use something called this dot fair, this dot fair. Okay, this would mean fair of the data, like the data member fair, current object member fair. In that I'm storing the local variable, this argument value. This is how you differentiate. If your argument name and the data member name are both same, then you would store this you would store the argument in the data member by writing this dot fair equal to fair. That is how it goes. Okay, right? I hope it is clear to everyone. So this is the whole point of constructor, and this is how it is. This is how this works. Okay, when you have same name, argument name and the data member name, if both are same, then you can differentiate both of them using this This dot fare means you are actually accessing data member, and when you write only fare, this means the argument, the local variable. Okay, understood? Ian, you can mention like what you didn't get, and I hope I can help you out on that. Clear up to this, guys, everyone? So I just have one more thing to explain. If everyone is clear up to this, I just have one more thing to explain. That is, why do we write scanner sc equal to new scanner that system.in? Okay, let's get into that part. Okay, if anyone has any doubt up to this point, please let me know in the comment. I can explain it out. If not, let's proceed ahead. You have to submit this, okay, guys, this mini project. Cap fare calculation. You don't have to use the copy constructor because there is no use case of copy constructor here actually. Just you submit the other part, uses of default constructor and the parameter constructor. Okay, now right now we are discussing here something called like why we write here whenever we are calling scanner sc equal to new scanner. Why we pass? This is the syntax. This is syntax to create object of a class. But why again we are passing something called dot in? Okay, at least by this time we are aware that while creating object in this statement, if we are passing something, that means we are passing this argument to the constructor. So there is something related to constructor here. Okay, this part is related to constructor, guys. Why we are actually passing this system.in to the constructor? Can we not call like all other classes? Can we just write this statement to create object of scanner class? Why it is important? Why it is necessary to write system.in? Why it needs this argument to be sent? For that, let's check the scanner class, guys. Let's check the members of scanner class, and then you'll understand. So how to check member? Java.util.scanner, because scanner is present in util package. So you just have to write the whole path here. Click enter, and it will show us the details of scanner class. Let me just scroll ahead. Yeah. You see here, guys, the first thing here you can check out. These are all the constructors, and constructors are responsible for creation of object. Just check out constructors here. No constructor is default. All of them actually take some argument, some or other argument. No constructor here. Scanner do not have a default constructor. Yes, Shruti, yes, you can submit the same. Okay, so scanner class does not have a default constructor. That is why we cannot just write scanner is equal to new scanner to create object. All the constructor scanner class are actually parameters constructor. So we need to send an argument here. Okay, and I'll just go with the simple one. This the normally which is preferred. You see this argument, this constructor. Okay, it takes input stream class object. Okay, it takes input stream class object. Okay, input stream class object. So input stream class is another class which is present in IO package. Okay, IO package deals with input and output functionalities, guys. Input stream, print stream, all are those present in IO package. So this scanner constructor, scanner class constructor accepts in input stream class object. That is why we are passing system.in. System.in. This in is an object of input stream class. Okay, which is present in system class as static member. Okay, if you have remember it, if you remember it, I'm not sure. Let me show you once again this system class. Then you will understand. Then you will figure it out. So when we check system class, even the last time, we had seen that out is a member, out is object of print stream class, which is present as static member in system class. Similarly, in is object of input stream class, which is present as static member of system class. That is why we need to send here object of input stream class, and that is present in system class as static member. That's why we are writing a system.in. We are passing input stream class object here to constructor parameters constructor of scanner class. The whole point here is scanner class do not have default constructor, so we need to invoke the parameterized constructor. And this which one we are choosing here? The one with the one which is accepting object of input stream class. We already have input stream class object present in system class. That's what we are passing here. Okay, clear guys? Why we write system sc equal to new system, scanner sc equal to new scanner system.in? Why we are passing system.in here? Is it clear to everyone or not? These are some very detailed thing, like maybe someone can ask you at some point of time in interview, so you should know why we are sending system.in. Okay, so this is actually related to the constructor concept. Scanner class do not have default constructor, it only has parameter constructor. One of the parameter constructor we have picked up, which accepts object of input stream class. Okay, and then we have input stream class object present in system class, which is a static member. So that's why we are sending system.in. Okay, we just need to send in, guys. In is the object of input stream class, but we cannot directly access in because in is a member of system class, but it is a static member of system class. So I can write system.in in order to access in. Okay, right? So scanner class do not have a default constructor. It only has a list of parameterized constructor, and among those we are picking one constructor which is accepting object of input stream class as an argument. Okay, and when we check the system class, guys, we find that there is an object of input stream class already present in system class, and that too is a static member. So that means I need this in. I need to send this in as an argument, okay, to the parameters constructor of scanner because it needs that object of input stream class. But can I just write in? The question is, can I just write in? Okay, I cannot just send in because in is a member of system class here. But luckily, in is a static member of system class, so I can just access it or call it through class name. So I just write system.in and I'm sending object of input stream class. Okay, Nikita, clear? And all others, those who have said or those who have not said, I hope it's clear to everyone why this is system.in, why we are actually passing system.in while creating object of scanner class. Clear, everyone? Okay. Just confirm me, guys, in the comment, and if we are all done with this, then we are done with our Java programming essentials. Okay, we can call stop it here and we can move ahead. Okay, so Shruti has asked a question here. Final. Okay, let me. It will take just 1 or 2 minutes. So if you are interested, I will just tell it. Okay, what final is. Final is again a non-access modifier. Okay, it is applied not only to class, it can be applied to variable, it can be applied to method, it can be applied to class. Okay, so final can be used in various contexts, guys. Okay, so I'm not writing anything here for the scanner SC, so you can watch back the video if you want explanation, and you can write it by your own. Yeah, so final is a non-access modifier, actually non-access modifier. It is used in 3 contexts. Okay, final variable. A variable can be final, a method can be final, and a class can be final. So what do you mean by final variable? Final variable means if you make a variable final, then you can't change the value once initialized. Okay, constant, you can say. Simply you are creating a constant variable. That's it. Change the value. Variable means able something which is able to vary, variable. But when you make a variable final, you cannot change the value. Okay, you say that you have made that variable constant. Like in C or C++, we use that const keyword. Similarly, we here use final keyword, and we make a variable final. So you cannot change the value. It would be a constant. Okay, right? What happens when you make uh, final method, when you make method final? So guys, this would need some other knowledge also, but we cannot really get into those stuff because time would not permit us. But yes, I will just say you can then research on your own. When you make a final method, then the method, that final method, cannot be overridden. Okay, there is something called method overriding. Okay, where this inheritance actually involved. Overriding basically means redefining parent class method in child class is called method overriding. But when you make a method final, it cannot be overridden. You cannot again redefine it in the child class. That's what it means. When you make a class final, hmm, when you make a class as final, then final class can't be inherited. Okay, no inheritance possible if you make a class as final. These are the three context guys where final is used. Okay, Aditi, yeah, data structure. I think we are I'm done with one session of one batch of data structure. We are again coming up with data structure soon. I think it would be on 26th or something, 26th August. I think we would again like it's not yet like finalized, but I'm not very sure. You just keep an eye, okay, on the things of Let's Upgrade. So I think mostly we'll come up with again a data structure session on 26th. Master data structure and algorithm with C++. That would be the program name. Okay. Yeah. So I think you all of you understood the final, what final does here. Okay, one question I would just say you can submit it. That would be an assignment question. So one question, assignment here is you submit the mini project, whatever we done, the cab fare calculation, and one more assignment question. Okay, here is that is like you need to research a bit. The assignment question is final, very popular question versus finally versus finalize. Well, it's a very popular question, almost asked in all the interviews. So your assignment would be to submit this. Okay, finally, and finalize. Okay, difference between this. You have to you have to research a bit on this, guys. This is something we have not discussed actually, but I would like you all to know this at least in this way, so that maybe at some point of time, if someone asks, you can at least answer this. Okay. And then second one would be like the project, whatever the mini project what we done, this cab wala thing that you submit. Okay, don't include the copy constructor part there. That is useless there. Just include the uh, parameter and default constructor part. Assignment deadline. So today is 15th, right? Today is 15 means you would have the deadline 18th. Okay, 18th would be the deadline. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yes, Nikita. Finally is a keyword. It is a non-access modifier. Okay. Fine. Okay. So I hope it's clear, guys. So just maybe revise it once. Okay. Fine. So in the next, I was trying. I was willing. I was wishing that I could uh, cover this pattern question, but yes, we could not do that, but because of the time constraint. So not to worry. In the coming data structure and algorithm class, I would cover that pattern question, guys. That is again very important. It can really help you out in many recruitment drives. So I'll keep that pattern question, doing some pattern question, and I'll give you basically a trick how to solve pattern question in the upcoming data structure and algorithm class. Okay, it's not to worry about that. Fine. So let's keep it for this point, till this point, for this Java programming session, guys. And the pattern and all, I wanted just to like help you out on with the logic, so that can also be done in the data structure algorithm class. May it be C++, but the syntax or majorly remain same, at least for the loops and all. Basically we'll be using loops there, so loop would not get changed here in the C++ and Java. Okay, that's what I'll help you out with the logic building, how to solve pattern question. I'll give you some tricks there, and it will really help you out. Okay, just stay tuned, just check it out. There was no plan of including pattern question in DSA, but as let's say here we could not do that, so I'll keep there. Okay, we'll use that. Okay, where can we get updates? If you have already registered for this, I think you would get mail. Or what we can do is, you can check back, guys. You can check our Instagram maybe regularly, and you would get upcoming updates. Okay, right? Mostly it is planned for 26, but I'm not sure at this point of time exactly. You can check back. We are coming up with a whole lot of programs actually. Always you can check our Instagram. There, everything is like announced and all. Everything is posted there. Okay, guys, so that's it for this Java programming essentials. I hope you enjoyed all the 3 days, and I hope all these 3 days were fruitful and helpful to you in some or other way. I think, yeah, I will say I have not completed everything in Java. The Java is very vast, guys. There are many other things which you like need to know. Okay, and Java is mostly about understanding the object oriented concept a lot. Okay, there are like again many more concept there. Just check it out, guys. Okay, I think at this point of time you can explore by your own, right? I'm always there in the community, guys. You can tag me and ask me questions. Sometimes I see people tag me, when I'm going to see the post, I'm not finding the post, I'm not sure. But those all those who are actually tagging me, when I open the post, if I'm able to see the post, I'm answering in the comment itself. So I'm there in the community, in the same community group Java. You can tag me and ask questions whenever you want. Okay, also if you want, you can get connected to me over LinkedIn also. I think I had already given my LinkedIn profile. So maybe Java questions you will ask, or maybe you'd ask DSA, data structure and algorithm question. Fine, just ask me, just put a question, and I'll help you out. I'll guide you. Okay. Certificate, I cannot exactly give a date right now, Vela. Like also that depends on how much distance you like your distance, your staying distance, your place of stay, how much distance it is from our place. That also would be like, that would also make a difference there. Okay, so first of all, we'll do a virtual convocation. Tuesday, you have a career and guidance placement session. Okay, after that, I'll take some few days just to review all your assignment and project submissions. Okay, and I'll prepare a eligibility list, and we'll conduct a virtual convocation, guys. There you will all like, we do this actually every time. Okay, we'll do this virtual convocation, and there this eligibility list would be announced. You'll get eligibility mails, whether you are eligible for participation certificate, whether you are eligible for completion certificate. Okay, those who will be eligible for completion certificate, they would be getting the physical certificate delivered. All those who are getting participation would be eligible for participation certificate, they would only get the digital copy of the participation certificate. I think already I have like said what is the criteria for the both of them, right? Okay, fine. So that's it for this Java essential, guys. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for bearing me for the 3 days and for so long. Okay, thank you. I hope it was helpful to you. So let's catch up someday again, maybe some different Java programming session, or maybe in the data structure class which is upcoming. Let's catch up there. Let's learn some good concept there. Okay, in data structure I'll be covering this dynamic programming, greedy algorithm. Okay, linked list. I see many people face issues with the linked list. We'll cover that also. Okay, also pattern questions I will take. Time complexity, which is again a very important concept. We'll also discuss that, guys, there. Okay, so we cannot cover everything for the obvious reason, but I have picked up very like important part so that we can it would be helpful to you all in that data structure class. So let's meet again. I hope every one of you would again join in the data structure class. So till then, bye bye guys and take care.